there, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Palaza Sinazo. Thank you for tuning back. Thank you for tuning into my videos. If you're watching this video, I am SINAZOPALAZA, and today I am talking about overcoming rejection, dealing with the rejection. This is just my experience, how I've dealt with rejection. So if you're watching, please do not forget to subscribe. If you are a subscriber, then please turn on your notification button so that whenever I am uploading a video, you can get the content. Thank you for watching. Then let's go and start the video. In many cases, there are people that we look up to. Many of those people have glorious look, good jobs, good cars, beautiful homes, and all of that. Those people, I'm talking about our mentors, I'm talking about our leaders at church, at school, at work. I'm talking about leaders in the community at large. Those are our mentors. Those are our role models. We look at that. We look up to those people. I'm sorry. So what I've noticed is that in each and every story of those people that I've managed to chat with, those people I look up to, in each and every one of those stories, there has been or there was a rejection, and there's a certain way they have dealt with the rejection, which you do not know when you see the glamorous looks and glamorous and luxurious life that they are living. That makes you that you feel that one day I just want to look like whosoever, or I want to look like Mrs. M, Mrs. N, whoever you want to look up to, whoever you look up to, or you want to be when you grow up, you know. So what I've learned is that in each and every story of them, there has been rejection. That is why I decided to do this video. This video is inspired by those people I've managed to chat with and get that it was not easy for them to get where they are today. Without wasting any time, let me share my personal experience with the rejection. The first time I dealt with the rejection was not being accepted to study in a university, that is Walter Sisulu University. Definitely, because that is the university that is close to my home, close to my hometown. I really wanted to study there. Yes. It was after matric, that is, I matriculated in 2015, that is, it was in 2016 now that I was getting to be rejected, sort of whatever that was happening, but I took that as a rejection. So what was happening was I applied earlier 2015, that is around June and September, while the applications were still open, and then I had a student number. I kept on checking on my status, and my status kept on changing from rejected. It didn't start with rejected. It says class full. From class full, accepted, went to accepted for a certain time. I kept on checking on my status, checking my status, and I was always hoping for the best. This was the moment when, in 2016, when I went to the campus myself, and then my status changed from class full to waiting list. That gave me so much hope that, you know what, this year I'm gonna be a first year student. I will do what I've been dreaming to do in varsity. And definitely when you get that status that says waiting list, you know that it means that you qualify for this. And even before I applied, I knew that the degree or the diploma that I wanted, I knew that I qualified for it because my AP score was good. So I kept on having hope that I am going to be accepted. I kept on planning. I kept on dreaming about being in varsity in 2016, just like everyone else after matric. But little did I know that it was not my year. I had to leave the campus around February because it was really not my year. I went home. When I went home, there were so many emotions. involved, because I kept on crying. I think from January, February, March, April, I kept all of my emotions inside me. Then when I'm alone, I would cry. I would cry and ask God as to why are you doing this to me. And it led me to comparing myself with others. It brought so much into myself. That is, I ended up comparing myself with um my former students, or my fellow students that I was with in grade 12, that got accepted universities and colleges, and I was left alone. I didn't understand what was really happening. But because the rejection always has a lesson, I had to learn that while I stopped praying, God was still doing a great job with me. God was preparing me for the best. I also learned that God had His plan about my life. Then I started to go back into God. I think 5 or 6 months later, I started to go back to God and ask His purpose. What is it that you really want me to do? Because I don't understand what is happening. What do I mean? After I did not get school in 2016, that is after I realized that now I am taking a gap here that I didn't plan. I was accepted to work in my high school as a learner support agent, where I was helping learners with their schoolwork, with their needs from home. I was making sure that there is a conducive environment for learning and teaching between learners and students. I mean, between learners and the teachers, involving the parents also. So I really didn't understand, why didn't God accept me to study for education? Why didn't God allow me to study for the course that I applied for? Because now he decided to put me at school. That is, I'm working with kids, which is my dream. What is really God trying to say? I then learned that in the rejection that I faced of not getting to school, I learned that God had a purpose. God was preparing me that this is how to work with kids, this is how draining it can be, this is how good it can be. But He just gave me that He has a purpose. And on top of that, because everyone at school, because I went to that school, everyone at school knew me and knew my abilities and what I'm capable of doing. And my job at the time was simple, close to being a teacher, which is what I wanted at the time. So everyone decided to look on the bright side, because they were like, yes, you cannot be, you are not accepted now, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the road. I didn't understand what they were saying. I didn't understand my teachers when they were saying it's not the end of the road, because for me it was the end of the road, because I was like, I'm a rascal. You understand? So what happened is, I also got some blessings, because everyone, like, I would stay with my life foundation teacher, class teacher, or geography teacher, those I was close with, and they would give me a blessing to say, Snazo, you are going to do this. This is your job. This is you. This is your career. You are going to do this, but it's just that it's not the right time. And I kept asking God, when is my right time? And then all I'm saying is that in the process of rejection that I got, I also got some blessings. I also got to know my purpose. I also got to know my strength, my skills, things that I can do, things that I cannot do. I've learned a lot. Secondly, my rejection that I also faced was not being accepted. I've applied for this job in this certain company. I'm not gonna mention the company because I'm not allowed to. So there's this campaign that I wanted to work for, and I sure met the requirements. I always look at the requirements and say, oh, okay, I met them all, except the fact that I didn't have a car, you know. Okay, fine. So I wanted to work for this campaign, and then Yeah, I don't want to lie. I also looked at the amount that they were going to pay me. It was promising. And I want to tell you something. I started planning. I started budgeting the salary that was going to get to that company. I was ready. I started to prepare myself to work with people because I love and enjoy helping people. That's me. That's who I am. So I started preparing myself. I started preparing myself until I saw people wearing the uniform of the company. Aibo! How? Because Kalok, I'm still waiting for my call. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. And remember at that time, after all the jobs that I've applied for, I always got each and every job that I applied for. So I was not ready to be rejected. I really did not know that I would be rejected. I sat down. Gave myself time. I still remember I was alone up in Leni, and I decided, that God, I really want to know what went wrong, what happened with my application. And then I Googled their contact details. I called them, told them that, hi, I'm Snazo, and I applied. I applied for a job and I would like to know what will happen. And then they were like, give us your ID number. I gave them my ID number. And they were like, you're Palaza Snazo. I was like, yes. And they were like, I'm sorry. And the lady was like, I'm really sorry. You were not even shortlisted. I was like, oh, okay. I think she even heard me that I am I am I am so emotional. After the call I cried. I cried, like I really cried. But the lady heard me and she was like, sorry, you can try next time. Next month I think we're gonna take other people. So maybe you can have luck and be taken. And boom, I felt rejected. I felt like, wow, I don't deserve this. Why God is doing this to me? Why? What have I done? I really did not understand what was happening. And then when my partner got back from work, I told him, oh, I was grumpy. He was like, what is really happening with you? Like, I left you, all right? What is really happening? I told him that, the company that I've been planning to work for, I've really been working, planning to work for that company. So he was like, yes. I was like, yeah, I called them. And then they said, they did not even shortlist me. So what's wrong? And he was like to me, there was nothing wrong about you. It's just that it was not your job. I did not understand. I was still crying. You understand, Kelanda yoba ufuna console. I was still crying, but Haibo, what do you mean, Baba? He was like, it was not your job. You've got all the jobs. All the jobs are waiting for you. You're gonna get them. It was not your time. And then I called my mom. I told her that I didn't get the job, and my mother was like, yeah, because I think it was the time for other kids. I've also seen some of your friends that you went to high school with doing the job, and I'm so happy for them. I did not understand, but how is my mother happy? How is she happy that I did not get the job? She was like, it was not your job, babes. It was not. So wait for your job. It will come. Okay, fine. That was job number one. I applied for this other job that is a promotion job from like I wanted to work for this other company also. Yeah. And then I tried to contact those people, the agents, and I was like, hi, I'm Snazon, situated in Ngobo, and all of that, all those things, selling myself. And then they were like, no, sorry, you're not a candidate for us because you don't have experience in our company. I have experience. I was like, what is this experience? What is it for? Still did not understand, but I had to come and understand. I had to come later on and understand that in each and everything that is happening in my life, there's a reason. And then when I get the reason, I now know that there's also a season. Lucky for me, I knew their interview questions. I knew everything. So I kept on practicing. I don't know what made me to keep on practicing, because I think it's because I wanted really, really to work for them. And then when I decided to delete the number of the agents and everything, decided to remove myself from the promotion groups and everything, I was like, you know what, I'm done with promotion. But I think a month later, the same agent which said, "You're not good candidate for us, called me, and she was like, I can you work this weekend?" I was like, "Yes, of course," you know. And then that changed everything. Like, that was God's way of showing me that He really does have a reason of doing everything that is happening in our lives. So that was God saying to me, "That was not your time. It was somebody's time. Now it's your time." So again, I did that. So in each and every obstacle I've went through, I decided to learn something instead of worrying that I am not good enough. Because one thing about rejection, it makes you to ask yourself so many questions. You get to ask yourself questions as to, what did I really do? What is wrong about me? Of which at that point, there's nothing wrong about you. Nothing wrong about you. It's just that it's not your time. We say when we pray that you are God of all times, you are God of all seasons, and we are willing to get into each and every season. But when those things happen, when those seasons come to our lives, we are not ready to face them. So I think it was another season that it was not I was not supposed to work in that campaign. Then when it came back, it was way of God communicating with me that now it's your time. Thirdly, um, where else did I face? I think fourthly, okay, I also faced the rejection when this other company also did not take me as their candidate to do their job. My rejection about jobs and stuff. So it was the same thing, but the same company that also on the fourth time rejected me came back. And I've said that that promotion job coming to me gave me a chance to work in weekends. So that was a perfect timing, because I couldn't work during school days, school hours, that is from Monday to Friday. So when it came back, it was really perfect. So it goes back to Landiti. When you pray God, just understand that God is not always going to say yes. God can say yes. God can say no. God can say wait. Those are three answers that you should always wait from God. But Tina, as believers, sinokholwa elincinci, because nam sometimes I feel like, ooh, Asana, why can't they take me? Like, I'm the best in the job. I can do this. I know that I can do this. But that was God teaching me that not everything is about you. Not everything that is happening to you is here to kill you. So those are my experience in dealing with rejection. If you're watching this video, please share your moments of rejection, how you have dealt with if you've been rejected, and how do you think you can deal with it when you are faced with the rejection. Because one thing about rejection, when it comes, like, it faces you. So comment down below. I want to hear from you. What would you do, and what have you done in the process of rejection, be it rejected by friends, because rejection can also come from friends, and it does come, when you think this person is your friend, and then the person tells you that you're really not my friend. That's rejection. When you are in a relationship that is intimate relationship with your partner, and then your partner calls you to say, "Hey baby, let's meet." And then when you meet, before you even sit, he's like, or she's like, "You know what? I think we should quit." you feel rejected. So how have you dealt with rejection and all of that? I want interaction. I want to hear from you guys. Um, Before I leave, I just want to thank you guys for being loyal to me, watching my videos. I can see those likes. Please guys, can you also comment? I want to hear from you so that I can know that what I'm doing is better than what I was doing yesterday. Understand? Also, share my videos with other people. Share the link. It's simple. You watch the video and then you share the link to your social media with your friends and everyone. Thank you for watching my video. But before I go, I want you to teach this, or I want to tell you what have rejection have taught me so far, and what you should know when rejection comes your way. I have said that with rejection, when you have been rejected, then when God decides to say yes into the things that you've been praying for, or into the things that you've been dreaming of, that shows that God had a plan about your life, or has a plan about your life at all times. Because what I've learned is that in all of my stories for rejection is that God was just showing me that it was not the right time for me. And what I've experienced was when God answered me, that is when I got the opportunity to work for those campaigns and companies, I forgot about rejection. I really forgot. It was no longer a thing. It was no longer a big thing. So I want to say to you, whenever you are faced with rejection, just know that your rejection is part of life. And when you're faced with obstacles, just know that those obstacles are there because they are part of the path that you need to go. Thank you for watching my video. Please follow me on Instagram at SINAZOPALAZA. I am Sinazo. For me to you,